It's video time. I want to get through this video without doing a lot of extra talking because when I do that, I just kind of tend to ramble. I know people learn things when I do this, but this might take a while, and I got a lot to cover. Hope you can see this. Yeah, it looks like you can. Okay, lots of questions about the merger. This is good. Means you're trying to practice it. I realize it's an intricate practice. It's not the easiest thing in the world, but it's not as bad as it sounds. And a couple tweaks, and I think everyone will kind of be on the same page. So yes, the merger is the connection of, or the bridging of, rather, the middle pillar and what used to be the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram. Now, is the merger the technical name? I don't know. It's just the name. If you guys have a better name, I'm open to suggestions. But the merger seems to work. My mentor just called it that thing I'm supposed to do. And why the fuck am I not doing it? Literally, that's what he would call me up. And he'd be like, hey, are you doing that thing you're supposed to do, supposed to be doing? And why the fuck are you not doing it? And I just took that to be what that is. So I came up with the merger term, not ever really being told what it actually is called. Either way, it turns you into an absolute tower, a fortified tower of psychic and spiritual defense, as well as increasing your own psychic and spiritual powers. Like, it might be good to do. I don't know. It gives you defense and the capability for action, even if that is offense or creative energy or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like it might be beneficial. So, okay. Might as well. With regards to the master planetary symbol, if you cannot figure out practical uses for a symbol that contains almost every other symbol, and this is symbol level 1, if you are to the point where you can't figure out what you could do with it, you are beyond my help. And yes, I will ignore you, and I will occasionally, if you really, really piss me off, I will make fun of you. And I'm not going to say I'm sorry. So just be forewarned. All right. Let's look at this. You are standing. Is my pen going to work? Motherfucker. All right. Pen is working. You are standing. Okay? I'm going to draw you. In case you didn't know you looked like this, you do. There. That's you. You're beautiful. Everybody loves you. Okay? You are standing in, I don't know, somewhere. This symbolizes somewhere. It could be where you go. It might be where I go. I might meet you there. You might meet me there. That'd be cool. All right, but this somewhere is where you are going to stand. And you are going to stand in that somewhere, preferably facing true east. Why? I have gone back and forth on this. Do I really think it matters? In a metaphysical and also metaphorical way, I suppose. Is it going to kill you if you don't and you stand in what is termed magical east? No, it's going to be fine. For the people who break out the compass and are just irked, the fact that they stand 4 degrees off east and are very concerned, you're going to be fine. You could stand facing northwest north with a 7-knot heading. I don't know these terms. And you will be okay. So let's not let the absolute finite details determine whether or not you do this. So if you just get up and stand in the somewhere, wherever that is for you, and any direction that you are facing, let's just call that east. And you will be okay. That can be east, and you will be fine. So face that direction, and if you know where east is, stand and face east. Done with those questions. Facing whatever fucking direction you want, preferably east. You now stand and you initiate what is going to be the middle pillar exercise that you know. So that requires you to expand your astral body. So there's you in your physical body, and so you begin to expand the size of your astral body. Now, people ask me, like, well, what does that look like? And I can't really give you a super awesome description. I don't know if you can see that. It kind of looks like Gingy from Shrek. I don't know. So, essentially, you close your eyes, and yes, you imagine your body growing so large that you fill up and become eventually the entire center point for the universe. Is your physical body doing that? No. I mean, fuck, if it could, but everyone would know it. Okay? It wouldn't be a secret. You will have to imagine your own physical body doing that. And when you imagine your physical body, what you are actually doing is imagining your astral body. It's all synced up. It's a beautiful mechanism. So, expand your astral body by asking yourself one key question. What would it look like if I suddenly, or perhaps gradually, let's go gradually. What would it look like if I gradually became the world's most giant fucking man or woman and then encapsulated the entire universe? Your mind will give you an answer. That answer is what that looks like. Okay? Now, when you do that, so let's go step one. Okay? Step one. There's one. Grow huge. Grow huge. Get big. Like giant. Grow astrologically massive. All right? Attain such astronomical size that you become the center of the universe. Step one, do that. All right? So, I guess technically step one is stand somewhere, but that should be covered. Step two, so step one, grow huge. Okay? Step two, all right? Once you are in this space of giant vastness, your body, your astral body, should now radiate such brilliant white light that it becomes the soul, S-O-L, as well as S-O-U-L, of the universe. You become basically the solar soul of the entire universe. Your astral endless universe. You become the soul middle of. Thus you have attained a sesamus, godhood or goddesshood of your personal astral universe that never, ever, ever ends. I know. It's spend 6 hours just thinking about it, okay? Trust me, it's fun to do. You come up with the craziest fucking things, and then you will hate me forever because those thoughts become weird realities. So don't do that. But let it be known that your astral universe, your mind, cannot be encapsulated purely by flesh. Okay? That's how vast you are. Some of you are vast assholes. Others of you are vastly awesome and like champions. Either way, you're vast. Okay? You become that soul, that radiating soul center. So, grow huge. Become the beaming soul center of purest bright white light. Write this down. Grow huge. Become solar center of a giant white light. So your entire body radiates a pure, absolute, brilliant, sheer white light. Okay? Have that radiate throughout the universe. You don't have to spend an hour thinking about it. Just be like, okay, now, what would it look like if I became the absolute bright white light of an entire astral universe? And your mind will provide an answer, and so you just go with it. All right, that's the answer. Sometimes the answer will change a little bit. It doesn't really particularly matter as long as you get on a schedule and do this as a ritual or routine, thus ritual high magic. Your mind will come to an equilibrium. It'll be like, okay, so this is what it is. And it will get more detailed as you do it. Okay? I know a lot of people have this question of like, I don't visualize well. Ask yourself the question and remember, the bird of paradise comes only to a what? I can hear you actually say it in my voice. An open hand. Okay? You can't grasp hard these visualizations. You just let them be. You just let it be. All right? So, you're huge. You're a giant bright white light. Your entire body radiates with this brilliant white light. Then, step 3, okay? Big white sphere. Okay? Big white sphere above your head. So, this is your giant astral body. Okay? Don't use that image. God, fuck, no. Okay, just, I can see people be like, there are you asshole. You told me this is my image. This is what it looks like. No, okay, just for relation sense, okay? This is your astral body, all huge and bright and white. This is the sphere that appears above your head. It's huge, but it's super intense. So it's even brighter than you are. This is an emissary of Prime Creator. Not going to give its name. Don't ask me its name. Don't think about its name. It's not important now. It is solely a speck of Prime Creator just manifesting right there, giving you an opening to that unimaginable power center. Okay? That bright white light from that sphere then flows down into your giant bright white head. Okay? Into your third eye, which will actually activate the third eye of your physical body. Okay? So what you do to the astral body, you eventually manifest into your physical body. All right? Now, when that white light starts to really radiate in your head, in both your astral head, and because it is your astral body, it'll affect your physical body, okay? You will chant, Uranus. Okay? Now, that activates a very specific planetary vibration. I will not for a while tell you why. I don't even know why. Okay, wow, this really irks me. We're going to get into it for just a second. What the fuck does Pluto, the lord of the underworld, and all the shades, and all the Lemur, and all the Lave, and all those things, what the fuck are you miscreantal morons telling me that Pluto is Kether or is not where Uranus is? You know what I mean? Why would Pluto be associated with the brilliant sphere? Just, I mean, honestly, the day I released a video that explains the relationship of Uranus and Pluto, I am going to collect all the names of you semi-functional retards and put them out there and be like, this is the list of individuals who are so fucking intellectually dense that they believe and will fight to the death of not providing any reasons, just assumptions, because greater stupid people than they have said Pluto exists where Uranus is. It makes no sense. And when I finally release that video, all right, and I give that whole thing out, and that'll probably be an hour and a half long to describe the whole subtle nuances, I want you to know that your name is going to be there, and everyone is just going to be like, oh, wow, that dude is such a dumbass. And then you'll change your YouTube name. You'll probably delete your Facebook or whatever. You'll cry a little while. And then you'll go back and you'll record my video and then start pretending like you always knew it. So, prepare yourselves for that day because it is coming. Anyways, so you activate the Uranian sphere. Okay? Now we're going to go to another diagram because this is kind of, okay, you're still standing there, okay? Your physical body hasn't moved, okay? We're going to go to another diagram, okay? So, from the center of your forehead, slight variation of you. Little different. Little rounder, not so jagged. Huggable. Very snuggable. There you go. You're a cuddler. Okay. Bright white light above your head, beaming down into your third eye. Okay. From your perspective, I'm gonna give you eyes and a nose and a mouth. Okay. You're happy you're doing this. Okay. From your third eye will project out in front of you. Okay. Like the Batman symbol in the sky, right in front of you. Doesn't have to project it on a wall. It can be right in front of you, okay? All right? You're going to project the planetary sphere, the planetary symbol of Uranus, okay? Kind of like a spotlight coming out from your third eye, because remember, we're developing all your astral senses. We're using strong visualization. We're not forcing it because the bird of paradise comes to a what? Yep, in my voice. You just said it. To an open hand, okay? You're going to project that symbol, okay? It's going to be a white light, and the symbol is going to be like a platinum. I'm going to spell platinum wrong. Okay? Or at least I think I'm going to spell it wrong. Okay, it's going to be platinum. It's kind of a silvery white. Okay? Then, because you're not done yet, your whole perception is going to shift. You're going to be standing, this sphere, this symbol is going to get big. It's going to like be a giant mouth. Watch my hand. Watch my hand. Watch it. It's going to be like an alligator. It's going to open up and swallow you. Okay? Ready? You've activated it and swallows you. Okay? Where'd you go? Okay. Okay. All right. You're now in your own planetary sphere of Uranus. Okay? This area is going to be, I can't tell you what yours is going to be, but it's going to be things from the very, very distant future. It's going to be all forms of crazy, crazy high-level technologies. It's going to be very, very pure, very clean, very metallic. God, I mean, it's you are going to have to discover that for you, all right? But standing in front of you will be your Uranian body. Okay, this is where people kind of get weird about it, all right, you're going to see what your planetary body residing on Uranus looks like. It might change. It might stay the same. Sometimes it might be wounded. Sometimes it won't be. Don't really freak out, okay? But just know. Now, if you are concerned for any way, and you see something and you're like, I don't know if that's me or not. This rarely happens, but whatever. You say, in the name of Uranus, who is the God form, the God owner of the planetary sphere of Uranus, you say, by the powers of Uranus, in the name of Uranus, if you are not my physical body, or no, I'm sorry, if you are not my Uranian body, you are to leave now. It is bound. All those planetary god names, they absolutely fucking own that sphere. And you are operating within the current. You are assuming the god form of Uranus. Oh, wow. Okay, there's a huge thing. You are assuming the god form. You are stepping into the current of Uranus. That's why you fuckers doing hermetic magic, when you step into the current or the god form of Yod-He, Vod-He, that's why you become even more of an asexual weirdo asshole. All right? Crowley could not wrap his mind around. He was basically a Christian who hated Christianity but couldn't leave the church because he didn't have the balls to fucking do it. Fuck you, Crowley. Fuck you, Crowleyites. That is the problem. So, that's what happens when you assume the god form of Yod-He, Vod-He. All right? The world's biggest demiurge child molester god. Ooh, good for you. Command some spirits in Yod-He, Vod-He's name. Great going. So, you step into the planetary god form of Uranus, and you do the work as Uranus on the planetary sphere of Uranus. Okay. That's heavy shit. I do agree. That's not known, not common knowledge. Okay, but that's the case. So, the entity in front of you, if it is not, it will leave. It has to. It has absolutely no choice. If it is sticking around, it's because you don't have or have not yet earned the authority. But the name alone of Uranus is enough to put a being who is not you away from you. And you can say, in the name of Uranus, I demand that my planetary body of Uranus appear before me now. Okay? It will happen. Don't second guess yourself. Don't create a bunch of fucking weird psychodramas about it. If you get there and it's a gecko, then that's your planetary body. Okay? It could be a fucking bunny in an astronaut suit, bleeding out of its ears, throwing up cabbage, okay? If that is truly your Uranian body, guess what? That's your Uranian body, okay? Now, because it's your Uranian body, you can mentally command it to step forward and place its hand on your heart center, preferably its right arm, assuming it has an arm. I mean, maybe it's got tentacles. I don't know. Some sort of appendage. On your heart center. Be careful what appendage you ask for. You will in turn, because you are in control of your own astral body, you will say, astral body, put your hand, or you'll just imagine yourself doing it. Your physical body does not move. Not during this, okay? You will imagine your hand going on its heart center, its hand going on your heart center, and you will feel the energetic connection. At that point, there's going to be an energetic transfer, okay? Your vibrational correspondences with Uranus are going to strengthen and connect, okay? Now, it is going to now stand to your... I hate looking at this thing because I'm like, I don't understand you. It's going to stand to your left, okay? So let's get another diagram here. This is going to be a bird's eye view, okay? This is the top of your head, okay? All right, that's the top of your head right there, that dot. It's now going to stand, and why can't I figure this out? All right. Anyways, it's going to stand to your left, I'm pretty sure that's your left. 99% sure. Okay, now, you are going to be facing whatever direction you were facing when you got there. It doesn't really matter. That's magical east. Your physical body is standing wherever it decided to stand, wherever you put it. So in relation to that, you're now in a planetary sphere. So don't worry about your physical body now. You're imagining yourself on the Uranian sphere. Okay? Now, you are going to imagine that you reach out. I have actual tools, and thus I have astral tools. I would begin to say, if you don't have an astral sword yet, imagine having an astral sword, okay? Just do that. Point out with your astral sword, with your astral arm, imagine as though your astral body has a sword with it. I don't care if it's a katana. I don't care if it's like a Scottish lowlander sword. I don't care what kind of sword it is. Okay? It's a sword. That's all that matters. You can flavor it however you want. Don't get fucking crazy. Actually, if you wanted to use that, like the sun sword from, what is that called? Like Thundar, that's pretty fucking cool. If you do that, you get props. Okay? Sun sword, lightsaber, it's kind of geekish. Sun sword from Thundar or Black Star. Or was it Dark Star? I don't know. It was the sword that looked like this, kind of. And there was like two of them. And when they came together, they like formed some sort of like crazy double sword, but one was good and one was bad. I don't know. Do you remember that? Anyone can send me like a comment about what the fuck that cartoon was called? That was great because that haunts my dreams. Okay. So you are going to reach out with your astral body. Imagine yourself. Just ask yourself, what do I look like with an astral sword in my hand? Oh, there it is. And then what do I look like if I'm going to trace the master planetary symbol out in front of me? So, yes, you reach out, and with the tip of your sword, okay, so this is, I guess why this is weird. Okay, so I'm going to use another diagram, okay? This is your astral sword, okay? Have you seen those porns from okay, no, if you're under 18, don't. But from like the point of view, the POVs, right? So it's the dude holding the camera and like he's looking down and it's like you, but it's not you. You know what I mean? Some of us could do porn, that's what I'm saying, but some of you don't. So, I mean, whatever. But what I'm saying is from the point of view. So this is I am assuming your point of view, okay? This is your sword. Okay, you are reaching out and you are going about your left hip level, okay, and you are bringing the tip of the sword out in front of you, outstretched, okay. So this is your arm, okay. Just like point your finger out in front of you, okay, and going kind of up. You don't actually touch your left hip. You just kind of point down at level angle, like. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like that should be self-explanatory. So, like this, yeah. So like this. So that's the tip of your sword is the tip of the pen, and it goes up to kind of slightly above your head, and then back down to your right hip, and then right over. So your arm will be like parallel, sticking out straight in front of you, and that'll be around at your left shoulder. And across back over to your right shoulder, and then right back down to the hip, okay? Then you bring it up to your right shoulder, below your groin, up to your left shoulder, down to your right hip, across right above your groin, okay, to your left hip, and then cross back over and have your hand or the tip of your sword parallel to your right shoulder, okay? Now, from that point, okay, you will go counterclockwise in relationship to your point of view. So, 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, okay? And you draw the circle, okay? There's the master planetary symbol, okay? It's right there. Some people are like, it's like the hexagram that you never have to pick your hand up from. Bear heart? Meh. Okay, yeah. it's got that mystery in it, okay? Yeah, but it's got a fuck ton more, okay? So yes, I've maybe the pen didn't really. It has differences. It's not quite the same. All right. It's because you are banishing in two different directions. You are splitting the energy. Okay. There's an actual energy splitting. That's why you actually. That's why you don't draw it as like a continuous knot. You are splitting an energy in two ways. Okay. That will come in later, and it's important at some later date. I might need to make a part 2 really quick.